guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you've never been to this channel before, then you won't know that my name is Laura. I am from Germany and I used to be an exchange student in the United States of America, as well as a part of a German host family a couple of years ago. What I want to talk about today, you could probably guess from the title already, is what you need to expect before hosting a German exchange student. So as we know, there are lots of cultures in the world and the German one is quite particular in so many ways. I know there are lots of German exchange students going to all sorts of countries, whether it's the US, the UK, any sort of country in the world, lots of exchange students coming from Germany, and lots of you lovely host families are kind enough to host us Germans. So I just kind of want to help you out to prepare you with what to expect if you're hosting one of us. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. So the first thing that you need to expect from German exchange students when you host them is that they are usually used to quite a lot of freedom, because when it came to the US, for example, people are only really considered grown-ups when they're 18. In Germany, it's kind of the same way, but it's also different in many ways, because we have public transportation and because our relationship to our parents is usually quite an open one. We start going out, we start drinking, we start staying out overnight, we start traveling by ourselves very early on. I would say around the age of 14, for example, I would start, staying at other places overnight. I would go out with friends and stay in the city a bit later. I would start, having a little bit of alcohol here and there. So that's actually something that is quite usual in Germany. That you will rarely find an 18-year-old German who has never had alcohol before. Usually you start actually drinking at family functions like birthdays and stuff like that. I mean, it's not a lot, definitely not, but you will definitely see a 14-year-old German boy, for example, having a bottle of beer at 14. That is just very usual. Granted, we will not do that, of course, if we're, for example, in the US and the drinking age is 21. You don't have to expect your student to ask for alcohol, for example. But all the freedom we're used to at home, being able to get around using public transportation, being quite independent, will mean that we are used to a lot of freedom. Now, with my host family, I had no issue whatsoever. They didn't give me a lot of rules, but I also didn't push for any rules. So I would never be home late. I wouldn't do anything that they wouldn't do, and they were quite conservative and religious. So, I was quite well behaved, I would say, and they didn't actually have to ever put any sort of boundaries on me at all. And it worked out really well. But it is just something that should be in the back of your head, is that Germans are used to a lot of freedom and a lot of independence quite early on. And just something to keep in mind. The next thing I want to let you know, which is a stereotype of ours, is that our communication style is quite direct. This is something that you are very unlikely to notice in the first couple of weeks, because exchange students are always shy in the beginning of their exchange year. So once this comes out, this direct communication style, it is actually a compliment, because it means that your exchange student is warming up to you. But especially in the south of the United States, I know that a lot of stuff isn't openly talked about. People are really polite, really sweet to each other, whereas Germans are quite direct and to the point. If they don't like something you're doing, they'll tell you right away. If you ask for their opinion, you will hear their true opinion. They won't sugarcoat anything. So that is just something to be aware of. If your exchange student gives you a direct opinion that is not sugarcoated at all, it is not because they're rude, it's because that's how they communicate at home, and it's actually a sign that they trust you to accept their opinion and to value their opinion the exact way it is. So again, it's a compliment to you, but just be aware, we are direct. The next thing you should know, and that you should also educate your German exchange student on, is that our styles of dressing are usually quite different. So what I have to compare is the German and the southern US American style. So here in Germany, it is very usual for girls, for example, to wear really short shorts and tank tops that show lots of shoulders and cleavage in the summer. That's totally normal. In the US, especially if it's about school, obviously dress code is a lot different. So if you do have a German exchange student, and especially if you're living in the south in like a warmer state, please help them to go shopping for school. Please educate them on school dress code. It is something that I definitely missed when I went to stay with my US family. I wish they would have educated me more, because styles are just different. So make sure to take them shopping and to figure out what they can wear. The next thing that you should know, which comes back a bit to directness, is that Germans, again, they have quite an open relationship with their parents usually. So no topic is off limits, and we are direct about it. So we talk to our parents about politics, we talk to our parents about sex, we talk to our parents about any sort of like ethical deep questions, nothing is off limits. And we talk about that at the dinner table. So for my family, for example, it would be very usual for us to have conversations about sex or anything like that, or like politics questions, like really serious politics questions at the dinner table. And in the US, in the state that I lived in, so I lived in Texas, this would be completely off limits to discuss with my host parents under any circumstances, politics as well. So this is just something to keep in mind. If your exchange student starts a conversation like that, it is actually not weird to them at all, and they are happy to discuss any sort of topics like this openly with you. But again, if you feel uncomfortable talking about these topics, you know, just educate your exchange student on the difference in culture, because that's what they're there to learn. Another thing you should know about hosting a German exchange student is that they tend to be not very religious. So my host family went to church 3 times a week, and I went with them every single week, you know, 3 times, Sunday morning, Sunday evenings, and Wednesdays, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that I went to church there. I learned a lot, I met a lot of nice people, but it was definitely not something that I was used to at home. Even though I would consider myself of Christian faith and of Christian upbringing, what we often do here in Germany is to go to church maybe once or twice a year, and that's usually Christmas and maybe Easter. And besides that, we don't usually go to church, so you won't find lots of German people who go to church on Sundays, for example, or who are very educated concerning the Bible. So just keep that in mind. Your German exchange student will be likely to want to join you in going to church because it's part of your life and it's part of your culture, and you should definitely, you know, encourage them to go with you if that's something you do on a regular basis. But just be aware that it is not something that is very integrated into their daily life at home. It's not something that they tend to know much about. Because I've told you some things that might scare you, I also want to say some good things about German exchange students. So the first thing I want to say is that they are usually very, very eager to learn and experience. So you will usually get a lot of smart kids coming from Germany, lots of kids that are just very, very happy and motivated to learn about new things. They're so excited about what they're about to embark on. They really want to learn more about your culture. They usually have really good English skills, so communication usually won't be a problem. Yeah, you will just get a kid that is just ready to dive into it, to experience everything. You know, also some good parts about having German exchange students. I don't want to talk us down because we're actually pretty great, as so many of you will know who hosted a German before. Another good thing is that we're usually already well traveled, even if we're young. So because Europe is so tiny compared to the US, for example, and the places are so much closer together, we will likely be experienced with travel in many different European countries and also countries outside of Europe. So if you want travel tips, or if you just want to know about different cultures within Europe, for example, or places that you should go, Germans are great travel advisors, and they can tell you lots of experiences, and they usually speak a second European language as well. So, you know, if you ever want to learn a couple new words in French, for example, Germans are a great person to host as well if you want the best of both worlds there. Connected to that point, and my last point on this list that you should know before hosting a German, is that Germany is very well located in the middle of Europe. So if you host a German exchange student, you will actually have a bed to sleep in Germany, in the middle of Europe, if you ever want to have a Europe trip. So, you know, something of an upside when hosting a German exchange student. So again, some things that you might find positive, some things that you might find negative, but overall I can speak for myself and the ones that I know, which are quite a bunch. We are really, really eager to experience the world. So grateful that you open your arms and homes to us, and we're a pretty good, you know, pretty good group of exchange students usually. So if you do host a German exchange student, if you have any sort of questions about it, please pop it down in the comments below. I will be so happy to answer more of your questions. Also, if you want to learn more about cultural differences, pop those questions down in the comments below as well. And that is all I have for you guys today. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to hit subscribe and also the notification bell if you never want to miss when I post next. And that is all I have for you guys today. See you soon in my next one. Bye bye.